Alright, so this is a little bit of a different video. I'm going to be sharing how to understand the Bible in an easier fashion. And hopefully this will make sense to you when you're reading the Bible. I can't emphasize this more. When you are reading the Bible, and nobody else is talking about this, at least there's very few people talking about this. This is my third time going through the Bible. I'm almost done it. I should be done it by the end of the week, which means I will have finished this Bible in 1 month. I started November 15th. What you find happens the faster you try and go through this Bible, the Bible actually gets smaller. It starts compressing. Meaning, if you are in Jeremiah, all of a sudden, or if you're in the New Testament, let's just say you're going through the Gospels, Matthew, Mark, Luke, or John, and you just finished reading Jeremiah last week, you're going to remember that a lot easier. This is why I try to consume as much Bible as I can on a weekly basis. Every day I'm reading. Between 4 and 6 hours a day. I'm reading. But what I noticed that stands out, it only becomes obvious once you go through the Bible a couple of times in its entirety. You're not going to pick this out when you read a verse here and there. If you're doing the one chapter a day for a year, you're not going to pick this out. So I'm going to help you so that when you are trying to read the Bible in its entirety, this will make more sense. You basically take this Bible and you divide it right in half. This book is basically there's two parts to this book. Most people think it's about the Old Testament and New Testament, and they're not entirely wrong. But what I have found is the two parts that make up this Bible are actually the tribe of Judah and the tribe of Israel. This seems to be what the majority of this Bible, if not 80% of this Bible, maybe more, this is what the Bible is about. If you don't realize that, you're going to miss it. You're going to start reading the Bible like, I wonder what I can apply to my life today. Oh, various offerings. Okay, Numbers 28, verse 7. And the drink offering thereof shall be the fourth part of an hin for the one lamb in the holy place. Thou shalt cause strong wine to be poured unto the Lord for a drink offering. How can I have a drink offering for the Lord today in my life? What application can I grab from this verse before You see how this doesn't make any sense? You can't approach the Bible from the perspective of what can I grab from the Bible today that I can apply to my life. You have to look at it from the perspective of this book is about the nation of Israel. Right from the beginning, it's about the nation of Israel being a light to the world. And once you look at it that way, and you could start seeing things jump out at you. So anytime you go across, let's just say starting from King Solomon forward, pay attention to words like the tribe of Judah, the nation of Judah, pay attention to the nation of Israel, pay attention to Israel, pay attention to Ephraim, Joseph, the tribe of Joseph. All this kind of stuff is going to start popping out at you, and you're going to start bouncing back and forth between Judah and Israel, and it goes all the way into the New Testament. If you look at it from the perspective of, I see just Israel throughout the whole Bible, that's it. Anytime the word Israel is mentioned, you're thinking that's about Jews, that's about the tribe of Judah, the tribe of Benjamin, the Levites. You're going to get messed up. You're going to get all mixed up, and you're going to be like, man, this doesn't make sense. It feels like they're talking about the nation of Israel, but then it seems a little bit more specific to the 10 lost tribes. So you have to keep this in mind when you're going through the Bible And I promise you, when you look at it from that light, verses will jump out at you even in the Gospels. Now, there are some people out there that focus primarily on the Pauline epistles, and then there are some people that focus on the Gospels and Revelation. They spend a lot of time in Revelation, but they don't spend any time in the Old Testament. I would implore you to spend more time in the Old Testament than the New Testament, because if you understand the Old Testament, you're going to understand what the heck Paul is talking about in the New Testament. You're going to understand why Peter is referring to the 12 tribes of Israel. It will make more sense to you if you approach the whole Bible from a two-tribe mentality. The 10 northern tribes, and then also the tribe of Judah. So just keep that in mind. And it happens quite a bit, like even at the very beginning, right with Cain and Abel, you have Jacob and Esau, you have Ishmael, you have Isaac. Like, it is, the parallels are uncanny, all the way to the prodigal son. If you think of the prodigal son as the lost tribes of Israel, the 10 tribes, and you think of Judah being the older brother, it gives you a whole new perspective, and it stops you from thinking, oh, the prodigal son is about me here in North America. It's weird, and I know I've been caught in that kind of a trap where I'm trying to read North American culture in the Bible, and it doesn't work that way. You have to look at it from the perspective of Israel's point of view. That's what this whole Bible is about, from Genesis all the way to Revelation. So if you can get a grasp that the majority of the Bible is about two nations, tribe of Judah, or the nation of Judah, and the nation of Israel, it'll make your reading a lot easier. What I'm also doing right now is I'm actually trying to learn Hebrew as well, because there's a whole nother world when you get into Hebrew. I'm telling you, it's second level stuff. Like, this is, it's crazy, because if you start looking up the word Adam, Abraham, Jesus, like Yeshua, all that kind of stuff, it takes on a whole new world. So again, I can't implore you enough, I can't beg you enough to dive into the Old Testament. Specifically, this is what I do every Saturday, is I actually listen to the entire book of Deuteronomy on Saturdays. I take a bit of a break. I try to observe the Sabbath as much as I possibly can, meaning I don't like the idea of going out and buying something on a Saturday morning. If I am going to do something like that, like go to Tim Hortons or whatever, I like to do that either the day before or maybe later in the day, like after sunset, so 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, or whatever. Now, you don't have to do what I'm doing, but I'm just saying that once you start diving into the Old Testament, there is a lot of freedom in that. As a Christian, if you can understand the Old Testament, the New Testament will pop. I'm telling you, it will absolutely pop from beginning to end. So hopefully I didn't jibber jabber too much, and hopefully you can get an idea of what to look for when you're studying the Bible. And you have to consume it a lot in order to get this. You're not going to pick it up just reading a verse here and there. Again, like I said, I read probably 4 to 6 hours a day outside of my day job. And then on weekends, it's a little bit more. I've been doing that for the past 10 months. And I'm having fun with it because now I'm starting to understand the Bible. Anyways, if this has helped you, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Let me know what your thoughts. Is it hard for you to read the Bible? Is it hard for you to understand all this kind of stuff? Let me know. Maybe I can help you out as well. Maybe I can make another video about it. But yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in another video. Bye for now.